I honestly feel like I've wasted my entire life. You can call me Mark. I've been lurking for a long time, reading other people's stories, telling myself mine wasn't that bad. But at some point, that lie stopped working. I don't even know why I'm posting this. Maybe I just need to say it out loud. For almost 14 years, I've worked in a healthcare job I chose because everyone told me it was the smart move. Stable, respected, well paid. I walked away from other paths to go back to school, convinced that money would somehow turn into happiness later. It didn't. I met my wife when I was 21. Back then I was curious, ambitious, convinced I could do something meaningful with my life. Now I live with constant physical pain, a job that drains me, kids who barely talk to me, and a marriage that feels like it's already over. What I wanted was simple. I wanted to teach, to mentor, to build something that mattered. But my parents and my partner kept telling me I could help people and still make good money if I chose a more prestigious path. So I listened. I hated it from the start, the strain on my body, the long hours, the feeling that I wasn't fixing causes, just cleaning up damage. My back hurt, my neck hurt, but everyone kept saying, just wait, it'll be worth it. It never was. If stories like this sound familiar, there are more on my channel. Different lives, same regret. You're not alone in this feeling. When I was younger, I played music. I loved science. I imagined myself teaching, inspiring people, building something real. Every time I mentioned that, I was told to be realistic. Chase income, not meaning. Today I have 2 kids and a family that expects a certain lifestyle. Big house, vacations, comfort. I've never cared about any of it. The happiest time of my life was sleeping on a cheap futon, running a tiny side business, tutoring kids after school. I had almost nothing and I was happy. Now I've gained weight, wrecked my body, and earned more money than I ever thought I would. And I can't even enjoy it. My days are identical. Work, exhaustion, paperwork, sleep, repeat. A couple of short vacations to remind me what freedom feels like, then straight back into the grind. My wife and I haven't been intimate in months. I've seen enough to know she's probably cheating. But I don't confront her. If she leaves, I lose everything. The kids, the family, whatever stability I have left. Sometimes I think about the man I was in my early 20s, confident, full of options. I wonder if he'd even recognize me. If I could do it over, I wouldn't choose safety. I'd choose something I loved, even if it meant struggling. If you're standing at that crossroads right now, don't assume the safe path will save you. Sometimes, it just traps you.
Wife and I tried having a baby. My balls are blocked. Surgery is in July. Wife got pregnant anyways. It seems ridiculous to think she cheated, but I was told I shouldn't be able to be fertile until the surgery. Wife is celebrating. I can't stop thinking about small occurrences, and what if she's cheating? Seeing doctor on Monday to see if it could be mine. Update TLDR at bottom. First, I just want to thank everyone who reached out and offered their story about similar. I can't believe how many people are told they're completely sterile and end up being able to have kids anyways. I took a lot of what you guys said to heart. I had an ex of mine from years ago end up cheating on me, and it really left a scar for a while. It wasn't until I got more involved with sports and getting in better shape that I was able to try and move on. My wife and I actually met in a soccer league we were in together. We've had so much trust for so long that I thought those fears had gone away. It wasn't until now that I really started to feel shaken like that again. But I didn't want to let my past get in the way of what could be just a huge blessing. A few people really articulated the right way to communicate my feelings in a way that wasn't accusatory and respectful of my wife, who's never really given me a reason to doubt her. It's not uncommon for her to sometimes be home late, and she'll usually like to go straight to bed. I didn't want to dump this on her immediately and decided to give myself a night to sleep on it. I got up pretty early just being restless, went for a run, and cleared my mind. I couldn't wait any longer. I made our favorite omelets and told her I needed to talk about something. You know I'm not Ashley, right? She knows me well. Ashley's my ex who cheated. So first I apologized. I apologized because I let this build up in my head for so long without talking with her about it sooner. What should be blessing has been nothing but insecurity and fear for me. We talked for a while. I told her how happy it made me to see her ecstatic and excited for the baby. I told her how much I love the relationship that we've built together, and I felt like an asshole for questioning her loyalty. She had never given me a reason not to trust her, and that I still couldn't emotionally get over the thoughts of infidelity because of my ex. She thanked me for telling her, and she knew how hard it was for me to get over that. She volunteered to have us get a paternity right when she's born, which made me feel a lot better at first. But something still felt off. I honestly don't know why. Something about how she was so eager to get a paternity test, and almost not mad at me at all for having kept this from her. Normally, she would have been upset that I didn't bring it up right away, but there was just a weird feeling I couldn't shake for the rest of the day. It seemed like she was saying all the right things, but I couldn't get rid of this clawing feeling inside my head. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Maybe there's a gut feeling that I need to listen to. But I ended up going to the appointment alone, as we decided it would be good to see if I still needed the surgery. Turns out it's obstructive azoospermia. I've read so many stories about people who were supposed to infertile end up getting pregnant. So I brought that up, and how my wife's pregnancy was affecting me. The urologist thought it would be pretty unlikely that I wouldn't need surgery to have a kid with how mine was presenting itself. He mainly tried to skirt around the topic, and mostly pushed me towards making sure she was actually pregnant. Being there didn't really help. I feel like I just got more uncertainty. She had another night being out to 8:30 last night. We talked about scheduling an appointment to verify the pregnancy when she got home. She seemed a little confused, but then quickly agreed. She promised to do it in the morning. I asked how work had gone, and she gave me a kind of non-committal answer about her boss pushing her too much and being stressed out. There's nothing huge there, but she just seemed off. I really couldn't put my finger on it. We were still acting all lovely-dovey, but something just felt wrong, and I couldn't talk about it without repeating the same conversation we had Sunday. I've been trying to throw myself into work to distract myself, but I haven't been able to focus. We have a joint checking account that we'll sometimes move money in and out of, but really only use it for groceries or household items unless we talk about it beforehand. This morning she moved half of it to hers, about $1,700. We don't do that. She's never needed to before. And I checked our healthcare portal, and she made the appointment for the one time Thursday that I mentioned I was busy working on site. We were supposed to go together.